Welcome back, everyone. We just finished reading this beautiful book called Thunder Cake, and today we're going to make our own lightning. It can go either way. Wait a minute. Our own picture of lightning and the rain. And so this is a very easy thing to do and great to practice our cutting skills. That's also for our creative. So we're going to look at our bag. We're going to use the small blue paper for our raindrops. We're going to use the yellow paper for our lightning. And we're going to use our gray paper for our cloudy, rainy sky. And so we're going to start by taking our yellow and do lightning. And this is very easy. Lightning kind of looks like this, and it just shoots across the sky. So I'm going to start by, I'm just going to make some zigzags, and one end will be wider than the other end. And then once I have one drawn, then I can just come off of that and make another one. And so I can go like that and make lots of them, going from one to another. And so this is where our cutting skills come in. So if you have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old that's working with you, their cutting skills are going to be a lot better than like your 2-year-old. So grown-ups might be doing a lot of the cutting on this. You can make as many bolts of lightning as you would like. We can't make the thunder because the thunder is a sound. And you can't make a sound. You hear sounds, but you can't see the sounds. So we're just really quickly going to do a few lightning bolts. And because these can be any size, any shape, if they're like me, not exactly on the lines, that's fine. It doesn't have to be on the lines. You know, you're going to be turning these over when you glue them probably anyway. So I have 3, about one more smaller one. And I'm going to have some left over, that's okay. And then for our raindrops, I made 2 different sizes. I made one that was fairly large. And one that was a little smaller. Because rain can be small and gentle, or it could be really big, hard, heavy rain. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fold the paper over and make a lot of them at one time cutting, because I'm used to doing a lot of cutting. If you're working with a smaller one, and this is good cutting practice, and you want to have them, you want to draw, you know, where they're cutting each one out individually, that is really good fine motor skill practice. So it depends on the cutting skills of the child that you're working with. And this is another thing that they don't have to be perfect when they're cutting them out, because we're just guessing what the raindrops look like anyway. And so then, got scrap paper, and remember, when your scrap paper, if it's really small scrap paper like that and you can't save it for anything else, remember to recycle, please. So I have 4 small raindrops, and I have 3 big raindrops, and I have 4 lightning bolts. So now I'm just going to take my paper and I'm going to glue them on. So again, I'm going to use my glue stick because it does dry very, very quickly, so I can handle my picture a lot sooner than if I used the white glue. But if you don't have a glue stick, the white glue works just fine. You just want to make sure your little friends don't get carried away with the glue. And so all you're going to do is decide where you want to stick your your lightning, because remember, you don't see the thunder. You'll have to make your own thunder sounds while you're doing this. And what if we had one of the lightning bolts crossing over another lightning bolt? That would look pretty good, wouldn't it? So let's see. Let's use the smaller one. And this lightning bolt is crashing with another one. So they're all over the place. And so now all I have to do is figure out where I want to put my raindrops. So remember, we always glue the smaller piece and add it to the big piece. That lets us place our piece where we want it instead of where the glue is. And so we're just putting these all around, because remember, the rain comes all over the place. And like in this story, sometimes our little friends are sensitive to sounds, loud sounds, thunder, fireworks. So there it actually does hurt their ears. So sometimes it's not so much that they're afraid of the sound as that it hurts their ears. So we have to be sensitive to sounds also. But as this grandmom was telling her granddaughter, she was afraid of the sound. Not so much that it was loud, she just didn't like thunder. Like she didn't like the hen that bit her or the cow that looked mean at her. But she overcame those fears because her grandmom talked to her. And so while you're working on your picture, talk about something you might be afraid of. I don't like snakes. Anyway, have fun with your thunder and lightning page.